Have you ever wondered how to beat a strong one-border continent? In this video I will show you exactly how to do that. This is another 4-player fixed card game which is the part of the My League tournament. The green player is a Grandmaster rank player and FFA tourney champion Marin. In the second position as the red player is me champion ever. In the third position we have a master rank player who has been recently crushing and dominating a lot of risk YouTubers, Dan Core. And finally we got the white Grandmaster rank player who recently made the debut and so far has been very successful of winning lots of games. Please welcome Gladiator de Plastico. So as you can see, as my first move I used the oldest risk strategy ever, of sending the alliance requests to absolutely everyone, so this way I would have a very high chance to survive and get to the 3-player endgame in comparison with the players who will have fewer alliances than me. So there's like possibility that some other player might just be allied with me, or with just one more person, while I'm allied with all 3 of them. So I'm just going to see who is the weakest and who is getting targeted the most, so then I will join others on ganging up on that person as well if I see that's appropriate for me. But before that my plan is to firstly build a strong position for myself, otherwise I could be that player who gets eliminated first, so I don't need to start some random conflicts, and so far it looks like that me and the pink player are in the worst situation, at least the continent-wise. But then looking to the troop counter the pink player is quite weaker. So actually that's not really surprising that the green player is suggesting me to team up on pink. Though while I sent thumbs up I won't be starting to attack the pink player immediately or something like that. As I only got 1 continent while green and white have even 3 of them, and if I waste my troops on pink, then I feel I could possibly even get taken out next straightly with me being so weak. So I will let the green and white players receive their big troop bonuses to do that work by themselves. So far it looks like the green player has a very promising position with those 3 continents under 1 army guard. But the white player with 3 continents is in a good position too. Though his continents could get broken through easily by either me or green. Me and the white player will be sharing a lot of borders now with the pink player's elimination. And with the green player having 1 border continents, I think we should be really careful about him, as even with him not getting as many troops as me and white combined, we could end up in the situation which is dominating for the green player anyway, in which he would be able to break through all of our continents while we wouldn't be able to break through his 1 border army guard. So if white and I started wasting troops on each other, so in that sense I think it's better for me to stick in a strong alliance with white. The white player could retaliate against me very easily and we would both end up holding nothing. But so far I decided to make a passive move, so my diplomacy with both of them would stay much better than in comparison with the diplomacy between themselves. As the green player attacked white, and that was likely for the white player to retaliate, while I shouldn't have annoyed anyone, at least not directly. They could have still been annoyed at me playing sneakily and making a passive move, but now I think I should really attack green and encourage the white player to do the same. 1 border under 3 continents is not a joke, so I think that would be the most logical thing for me and the white player to do. So unless the green player forces us somehow to start attacking each other, or if he moves out from that position and won't be as much threatening anymore. I mean, with me and the white player starting to attack each other at this point of the game could really lead us to self-destruction. So I think it's better for us to work together, and maybe betray each other when the right moment comes. I think we must deal with the most threatening player before coming for each other. So now we must pretend to be friends and work with each other together in a mutually beneficial way just to later stab each other to the back and betray in the most unsuspecting moment. Well, actually maybe in the suspecting one, we just to wait out that one opportunity, which would either gives one of us victory, or brings us to the properly balanced 3-player situation again, so maybe with just switched roles, with some other player getting teamed up on by 2 others. I really like what I did here by trapping the green player from my side but without unleashing his biggest army towards me, meaning that if the white player blocks green from his side as well, then with the green player's biggest army accessing white, the green player should be much more likely to attack white over me. So I would say it looks very promising to me. And yes, it does. Though unfortunately the green player stopped right here. And I'm not sure if the decision to take out green would benefit me or the white player more in the two-player endgame. That is so hard to say, and I don't really know. I think if I do not go for green now, then I think I could really likely predict what happens next. The white player betrays me and both of them start teaming up on me. And I mean, playing with other grandmasters, you won't really get a clear opportunity in which there would be an obvious win. So you've gotta take those risks when applicable and hope for the best, otherwise you might never get another opportunity in the same game again. At least that happens for me rarely, so I think I should really stop hesitating and see what happens. I'm running out of time, so I think I should have really acted much faster. Though I really wanted to take my time and calculate the risk, rather go for it immediately and then regret immediately too. Also, I should have added more troops to some other army to invade the white player into the rest of his two continents as well. But let's see how this two-player endgame goes like. It looks kinda equal and it's still quite hard to say who wins. And I would probably say me due to the cards difference, but I mean, I've only got a 4-troop set, so that's a bit of a bummer, and I think I will rather hoard cards to potentially get a better set next turn. As it looked like that I still have enough troops to break through all of my opponent's continents, so I decided to just do that, as well as prioritizing to capturing as many territories as possible. I fortified my army to that place so the white player would potentially struggle to break through some of my continents. But very luckily for the white player, he gets a very good blitz roll, losing even 5 troops fewer in a 12 versus 11 attack, successfully breaking through all of my continents, and with that the endgame is even more intense. It evens out the playing field for the white player, and now I'm starting to doubt about my chances. Though the good news is that with waiting for a turn, I've got the 10-troop set, instead of the 4 troops one, so we'll see what the white player is going to get. This continent's capture looks decent. I prioritized capturing territories in the way which would lead me of capturing as many continents as possible while making sure to still break through any single of the white player's continent too. The white player gets a 10-troop set too. And the most important question of them all is how the situation going to look after his turn. It might tell a lot. The white player doesn't get enough troops to break through one of my continents, but with him capturing so many continents I would probably fail to break through at least one of them too. But the lucky thing for me is that I have a set, it's the 4 troops one, but it was definitely needed for me to trade it in and assure my dominance to win this game. It looks like at the end everything came down to my lead of cards. That's a GG. That was very well played by all of the 4 players. And now if you want to check out as much of intense game in the same map with the professional fixed card players as well, then make sure to check this video out.